Welcome back to the channel. This video will be on how to sew this 6 pieces blouse. The pattern drafting tutorial is already up in the channel. Do well to check the video out. Here are the pieces we'll be working with. This is 6 pieces. This is 3 pieces for the front and 3 pieces for the back. And I also went ahead to cut the lining for them. I also went ahead to iron my hairstay on this to help hold it down. This is a stretchy material, so ironing hairstay helps to reduce it, like to prevent it from stretching so much. The next thing now is to join the front part. I'm going to keep the back piece aside, then I'm going to join the front piece together, and I'll be doing this by placing the pieces this way, placing it this way. I'm just going to join this together. I'll flip it over this way, and I'm going to use 1/2 inch to close this up. I'll repeat the same thing for this other side. I'm going to sew this using 1/2 inch to like close it up as well. I've done that. The next thing now is to attach the wording I'll be using to pad, because I'll be padding this. Now I will attach my wording starting from the underbust line, just like this. I'm just going to sew this to secure this, and I will also do the same for this other piece. Both sides, I will also place my wording this way, and then I will just sew to secure this. I've done that. The next thing now is to join these 3 pieces together. I'm going to take this piece now, and I'm just going to place it this way using 1/2 inch, and I'm going to just sew like this and close it up. I have a detailed tutorial on how to join a Princess Dart Bustier. It's already up in the channel. I'll do well to leave the link in the description box. So you just join this together just like this, following the shape. Make sure you move it to align just like this, and I'm going to like close this up and bring it back. And I'll also repeat the same thing for the lining piece. I'll close the lining piece as well separately. That's for the front. I've gone ahead to join the pieces together. Here's the pad, and I also went ahead to join the lining. The next thing is to join the back, so I'm going to join this separately. The 2 back pieces, I'll be joining them separately, and I'll also close the lining separately as well. So now I'm going to take this piece and I'll place it this way, the right side facing the right side, and I'm going to use 1/2 inch to sew it close, following the shape as well. Repeat the same thing for this other piece. Once I'm done with that, I will also do the same for the lining piece separately. Okay, I've gone ahead to do that. This is a piece. The next thing to do right now is to curve the pointy edges. So I'm just going to place my lining this way, place it front side facing front side. I'm just going to cut this out. This to help it not to be too pointy. I'll just cut it out. Do the same thing for this other side, just like this. If you don't do this, your blouse is going to be too pointy. So I'm just going to trim it out just like so. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the back piece as well. Take the lining, place it, and then just trim out the pointy areas. Once I'm done with this is to add my boning to this, and I want to add boning to this, and this is optional if you want to add. I love adding boning to mine to help it stand firm. So I'm going to add boning on this line starting from my waistline. I'm just going to add it, leaving like 1/2 inch at this down part. I'm going to run a stitch on the boning. I'll repeat the same thing for this other side. I'll run a tiny stitch on both sides, leaving like allowance at the bottom part, and I'll repeat the same thing for the back piece as well. The boning should be on the lining, not on the main fabric. Once I'm done with that now, this is it. I've gone ahead to add the boning to the lining. The next thing now is to close this. So to close this, I'm going to bring this main piece and I'm going to use the lining, face it this way, front side facing front side, just like this. And I'm going to bring my crinoline. I'll be adding crinoline to this. So I'm going to place my crinoline this way and I'm just going to run a stitch half an inch like this. I'm just going to sew on the crinoline. I'm just going to run a stitch to the end and I'm going to repeat the same thing for the back piece. I'm going to do this individually for the two separate the two back piece. I'm going to sew. I've gone ahead to do that. I've secured this. I also did this for the back piece. The next thing for this back piece right now, the next thing is to top stitch on this. So to do this, I'm going to fold in just like this. I'm going to fold in this side, this excess. I'm going to just push it towards the lining piece like this, and I'm just going to run a stitch on this. Push it in towards the lining piece like this, and I'm just going to run a stitch on all of them. I've gone ahead to do this. This helps your crinoline to relax firmly. I've run the stitch and this is what it looks like. So the next thing right now is to close this up. I'm going to close the neck, the armhole, and the sides. So now I'm just going to run a stitch, close the neckline, close the armhole because this blouse will not have a sleeve. So I'll just close the armhole area and close the sides. Once you're done with that, you can decide to leave a little opening at the side, or you can just decide to turn it out from the shoulder area. But I left a little space at the side where I turned it out. So I'll just close these whole places up, leaving a little space where I'm going to bring it out from. Close every area, leaving a little space. I did this for all the pieces, the front and back. So the next thing now is just to bring this out. I'm going to turn this to the right side. And this is it. Next is just to iron this out and turn the rest to the right side. I've gone ahead to do that. This is what it's looking like once I'm done turning and ironing. The next thing right now is to close it. I've also went ahead to add the zipper to the to the back piece. So now the next thing is just to close it up. When you place the back piece this way, then take the front piece, right side facing right side. I'm just going to close the shoulder using half an inch I'll just run a stitch to close it up. Then the sides, I'm going to use measurements to just close this side up. Repeat same thing for this other side. Close the shoulder using measurement divided by 2, your waist divided by 2, your bust divided by 2, and I'll close it up. And this is the finished look. If you're yet to subscribe to the channel, do well to subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me your observations and your feedback by engaging in the comment sections. See you in the next one. Bye.